Joe Trahan, is Osa Odighizuwa a difference maker?
Oof. That's a great question. I think he is one of those vital players, and if we want to play with semantics, does the fact that he's vital to success make him a difference maker? You could certainly make that argument, guys. But I think when we talk about in the NFL, the parlance of a difference maker is the guy who kind of jumps off the screen and who can make some of those game-changing plays that become difference makers in games, in seasons, in runs to where you want to go. And while vital, I don't know if you could call Osa a game changer.
OG Joe, as we near a training camp, what are some of the expectations? I shouldn't say expectations. What are some of the things that you want to see initially when you get to training camp this year?
Jesse, I'm working on that right now, right? Because this is I like to take a couple weeks off before we get back into football season, kind of before camp.
Yeah, I see that tan. I see that tan.
Mm-hmm.
I just got back from Florida. And
from where?
As I
he was in Boca with his Boca
camera.
Yeah, he was in Boca with the Boca camera.
Yeah. Where you come back from?
We were not in Boca. It's Panama City. But Marriott on points.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all can say all the expensive stuff you want on points. Y'all all know what it means. So,
well, you got to spend money to get points. I'm just going to say that right now. But go ahead to your point.
Or the company.
The company money, right?
Hey. No, seriously, when it comes to looking at what I want to see for this camp, guys, it's going to be difficult because I know that there's going to be this preoccupation with Dak and George Pickens. We know that going in, diva wide receiver, they get headlines, the national media, they're going to be flocking to that. But I would submit to you the much more important thing that Cowboy fans need to worry about is the law firm of Smith, Guyton, and Booker, the three T's, right? The way that they gel, the way that they come together, the way that offensive line has to improve will become the foundation and the bedrock for a successful season with this Cowboys team. Yes, those running backs, one of those guys may not have to emerge, but we have to see some kind of a consistent threat from the running back room as well. But even before you get to that, I think the real foundation of success this season has to be the way that this line congeals and comes together and gels and creates, something that you can hang your hat on, especially when you kind of lay over the fact that we think that Brian Schottenheimer is going to want to try and feature the run, bring back play action passing, play action to get you some deep shots, all that kind of stuff. So I want to see that, but here's the problem, you guys. Jesse, you know better than all of us. We're not going to see it. It's not live. It's not real football the way they do it at camp anymore, the way they do it in preseason. We won't even know. We will think we know. We will have some clues, but we won't really know, how well that has happened until the bullets start flying for real.
Since you brought up law firms, and you brought up law firms.
I know where you're going.
Does Kavante Turpin need a lawyer? And the question here is this, though. Talk about the disappointment of what transpired over July 4th weekend and how big a deal of it this is. And is this a challenge to the culture that Shotty's bringing? And does he need to set an example here?
Cut him.
First and foremost, as a public service announcement to all professional athletes, I would say this. You need to learn how to police your guns, first and foremost. We're in America. You can have your guns, but let's learn how to police the guns first and foremost. The 9mm just hanging out in the backseat of the car, what are we doing?
What you got weed?
We've seen receivers in this league before have issues with guns and the inability to police your guns. Police your friggin' gun. Let's start there, okay? Beyond that, again, the marijuana, the speeding, whatever. The fact that you do have, stains on your record in the past, you would hope that people learn, evolve, and get better. And listen, getting pulled over for speeding with that amount of weed, whatever. I don't like it. I hate it. I'm old, right? But when you got the gun in the back, man, what are we doing? What are we doing? Surround yourself with the right people. Get better advisors. You have put in the work that it takes. Don't take away from all that work by just not using your head. So, I mean, listen, I don't want to go on a rant here. I think I already have. I'll leave it at that.
Old. So old. What amount of money, Joe, if you were walking on a sidewalk, you're going to walk into the gas station, get you maybe a Jerry Jones $6 bottle of wine or whatever. Maybe you're going to get, I don't know what you're going to get. Maybe a healthy snack, maybe a Mr. Beast bar. But you're walking down the sidewalk, you look down, you go, oh, looky there. And it is some denomination of money. What denomination does it have to be for you to pick it up?
Anywhere, just walking on the street.
You're just walking down the street, and there's a penny on the ground. Are you picking up a penny? You stop to pick up a penny?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're picking up all of it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's how he can afford that camera, man.
I'm with Joe. I'm with Joe. I'm picking it up. I'm picking all of it up.
Okay.
Quarter,
Absolutely.
nickel, dime, penny. I'm picking it all up.
Absolutely, I'm picking it all up. Because, listen, the penny's for luck. I will say that. I'll come clean completely. The penny is
Even
for
if
luck.
it's heads down?
I'm a little stitious. I'm not superstitious, right? That's for luck. But then, y'all know, listen, not that I'm rich, but rich people stay rich because they don't give money away. And when money's in front of them, they going to pick it up.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
principle. It's principle.
Like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, that is fair. Because we're going to talk about that next because DeMaurice Smith said something about Jerry Jones where he was like, I really think if Jerry Jones saw $1 on the ground, he'd pick it up. And that made Clarence and I start debating what would you pick up and what don't you pick up. We have some gigantic super chats, so we have to shout out to our listeners and viewers, Joe. Thank you so much. The OG, the original, Joe
OG.
Trahan, WFAA.
So you're moisturizing, y'all.
Yeah.
Melanated. Look at
Yeah, Joe with the good hair.
Good hair.
Joe with the good hair. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty
Appreciate
Ricky,
it.
what they
Y'all be
called
good.
him.
Thanks so much for having me on. Love y'all. Take care.